What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to G Myers World Podcast. And right now, we're going to be talking about Thursday Night Football. We're going to be taking a look at the Bengals and the Dolphins. Now, if you guys are like me, you're probably wondering why the Dolphins were actually 3-0. Like, it doesn't really make any sense, but it doesn't really matter about that. Like, this is a bigger deal. The Bengals have gotten off to a rough start, and there's a lot going on in the league where it's like, yo, what are we doing? I know your fantasy teams are struggling. I know a lot of you guys have been, putting money on parlays and you haven't been winning. The NFL has been a complete nightmare to start the year, but we're going to jump into this really quickly. This article was very, very interesting because Joe Burrow hasn't been the best Joe Burrow. You know what I'm saying? And the Bengals, the losses that they've the losses that they've taken, it's been rather ridiculous losses. So we have to look at it like the Steelers, looking at the fact the Cowboys, like it doesn't really make any sense, that they did get those losses. But, we got to wait to give Burrow some time. The appendectomy may have been, it may be some things going on after that. We have to wait for, the body to heal. I understand that we've made extreme advances in medicine, but we're still human beings, I think. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, we got to give Joe Burrow some time. But I do think that we'll see better of Joe Burrow as we go later on in the season. The game itself was a very, very close and tight-knit game. But what we're going to focus on is the fact that TUA last week, and I spoke about it, bro, when the dude, he was walking and he just fell, something was going on there. Like, we don't know what it is. I thought his knees gave out. You know what I'm saying? Now they're saying it could be possibly concussion related. We have to wait to see what comes out. He did throw an interception that was intended for Tyreek Hill. Tua doesn't have the biggest arm. All right, and people have to understand, with that kind of speed, the reason that Tyreek Hill and Mahomes work is because Mahomes has a very, very huge arm. So you're not going to get that same type of situation consistently because it takes a lot out of him to get the ball down the field. All right, so after he got sacked, he was sent to the hospital. His family was with him. He was released. He suffered neck and head injuries. We don't know the extent. We just know he was released from the hospital. But Teddy BridgeWater, a.k.a. Teddy Tapwater, was inserting into the lineup, right? So when I saw this, I just want you guys to understand, this is a guy that got like what was it? The Panthers gave him some money. Like, he's been all over the place. But he's always, to me, been a horrific quarterback when it counts the most. And we saw that when he threw the pick. I don't know what he was looking at. I don't know, maybe it was some kind of miscommunication that he always has. He reminds me of a Geno Smith. Like, Geno Smith and Teddy Tapwater, like, they're both the same guy, just on different teams. They're never going to make the right play. They're going to do just enough to get you excited, and then they're not going to get you to the finish line, bro. It's like, pretty much, you're dating someone and they don't want to go all the way, but they give it to you. You know what I'm saying, bro? It's like you get into second base, you're like, yo, let me get to third. You know what I'm saying, bro? I gotta get to third, but you keep staying at second. That's the way I think about it. So once I saw that happen, I already knew what was going on. No matter what you tell me, I don't care. Like, this man is very, very blessed, Teddy Tapwater, because he's made money. And I've always said this. I said, look, when you're fortunate enough and you have those blessings, I just really hope that these men, they give money back to those that are less fortunate, because he should not, like, this dude is guaranteed an L for your franchise. And we know Tua should not be coming back soon. So you're going to have to rely on him. And that's the worst thing to rely on when you know for a fact you're going out there to lose. Okay, so at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you guys this right now. The Dolphins are pretty much cooked. Defensively, they're really good. We're going to get to that in a second. But offensively, if Teddy BridgeWater is the backup, then, all bets are off. You know what I'm saying? Like, every game that they play, they're probably going to lose unless the defense scores, which is very, very possible, because I have no faith. And I know that you guys as well, if you've been watching football over the years and have seen him on various teams, he's been a very, very terrible, underachieving quarterback. All right, so we have to focus on that aspect of the Dolphins. Like, if you're a Dolphins fan, you got to realize that right now, your season is pretty much over, is what I'm trying to say. So now, with everything that that actually went on in the game, everything that I just mentioned, even with Teddy BridgeWater being trash and all that stuff, they still had a chance to win. Okay, a lot of what was going on in the game was it was a weird type of game. Defensive, 14-12, like weird numbers, all kind of crap going on. The Dolphins kept settling for field goals. And it's sort of like this, right? I understand it in this aspect. You have to look at what your lineup is. This is a very, very good comparison to Hackett with Russell Wilson, because they paid Russell Wilson all that money, and still they came out and tried to make a 95,000 yard field goal. See, that to me is really, really bad, because you have the quarterback for the job. In this situation, these guys are not really good, so it doesn't really matter. It's a very, very bad overall situation. So we have to be able to understand that. With all the things that go into when you prepare for the game, you have to know your backup sucks. Like, if I'm the head coach, I'm looking at it like, hold on, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying, bro? Hold on. Who's our backup? Hold on. Dude, okay. So Tua, I don't care if you have no arms, no legs, you're going to be out there playing regardless. But it doesn't work that way anymore. They have the stories about Ronnie Lott, his finger fell off, he ate it. Like, bro, all that stuff is over. You have to follow and abide by the rules for the safety of the players. So this is a really bad situation, because you don't have a chance to win with BridgeWater. You just don't. I don't care what anybody says, bro. Like, dude, you don't have a chance to win with him. So it's over. That it is what it is, man. I'm gonna tell you right now. The Bengals also did that. The Bengals also played it safe at the Miami 1 yard line, taking a field goal. Everybody's playing careful because they realize that there's so many different things that can happen. And people need to really realize and understand, like, guys, where we're headed right now with the way that this team is, dude, the Dolphins are pretty much done. I don't care what anyone tells me about BridgeWater is not a good quarterback in the National Football League. And he's very blessed to still have a job. And like I said, I just hope he's giving to charity, and he's a very, very giving type of individual, because he has enormous blessings. And, we got to do something about it. That dude is a really horrific quarterback. I know it's getting extensive, but I've seen this guy fail teams over and over and over again. And it's just like, come on, dude. Like, it has to be somebody else that you can pick up. That, maybe it's a vendor outside the stadium, or maybe it's that janitor, like one of those movies where the guy has real skills. Maybe it's the guy from, Napoleon Dynamite. Like, it has to be somebody better that you can put on your squad. And just to end it off with, like, what I was saying about the defense, Joe Mixon was contained pretty well. All right, so I'm going to tell you this right now. He totaled 61 yards on 24 carries. I do believe that going forward, the way that the Dolphins are going to win is going to be defensively. Unless they can pick up another quarterback other than Teddy Bridgewater, it is what it is. And I don't care about the 64-yard pass to Tyreek Hill from Teddy Bridgewater. Dude, I don't care. Tyreek Hill gets open, you got to just throw it. He's open down there somewhere type thing. So that's what happened with that situation. I have zero faith in the Dolphins winning more games, with the exception of their defense scoring touchdowns going forward. I want to thank you guys and girls for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying your day. Stay blessed. And to all my Miami peeps and Florida peeps, hopefully you're safe. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love, y'all.